boxes, boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes.
Two cutters through the middle. Adia for three.
No mai, hoki mai, welcome back to Rugby Park here in Whakatane. It is the Whakatane January Touch Tournament, the first fixture on the 2024 Touch calendar, and what a weekend it's been so far. We are suns are blazing here again in Whakatane despite the weather warnings. I'm Brad Pittman, joined in commentary by Tiv Guthrie, and looking ahead to this open women's semi-final, Tiv, between Bullets and Legacy. What a game we've got coming up.
Yeah, and if there's one guarantee you can make from this game is that it would be an absolute belter of a match there, Brad. Legacy, the women from Waikato, and then the Bullets girls, who are no stranger to this end of the tournament. Coming into finals, they've won plenty of them when it comes to Whakatane Touch. And yeah, the guarantee is that it's going to be an absolute belter of a match.
Yeah, that's it. And you mentioned the pedigree of Bullets at this tournament. You know, it's remiss to not think of many semi-finals, women's semi-finals, where the Bullets side are a part of, and back again here in 2024, this time taking on Legacy from just down the river. There in this matchup, as we see the drone flying over our main field, it's Bullets in the white and red, going right to left this first half, and Legacy in the black and teal blue. A little bit different for those of you joining us through the day. It's all been 25-minute straight shot games. As we move now into semis, finals, playoffs, etc., it's two 15-minute halves. So just as they have got that fatigue set in, the games are a little bit longer, a little bit more punishment to go through, and an extra game on top of that for whoever gets out on top of this one. Tiv, and though we had a little bit of cloud in the last game, it's disappeared again here for our open women's semi.
Yeah, the sun's forced its way right through, and just as you mentioned, Brad, in terms of the trials and tribulations that teams would have to go through to get to being crowned Whakatane champs, that's one of the beautiful things about this tournament. Is that you know, the challenges that you do go through, you truly have to be at your best on this particular day. So to win a Whakatane title is by no means an easy feat, and Bullets have done it plenty of times, but Legacy will be hoping to spoil that party today. Yeah,
that's it. And I give a quick shout out to our other two open women's semi-finalists playing over on field 3 at the moment, of course playing up, and Pearl Jam will try and stay on top of what the go is out there, but out on our main field, of course, it's Bullets with first use of it. Here is Paul onto the ball, popping out. There it is. What a start. And the miscomm there. Link wing just got caught drifting.
Yeah, that is exactly what the doctor ordered if you are Bullets, as Hitaraka strolls over. And it was Merirangi Paul, wasn't it, that came out on that rooster play, gave the early release. And the defensive link for Legacy just tried to hold and hold and hold, couldn't hold any longer, ended up shutting, and then that created the pocket of space for Hitaraka to dive over.
Yeah, look, it's probably not often that you earn a mistake out of Morgan Morrow there, the link just getting caught out. But they do well there, Bullets, in their first attack. Now being asked to defend, an opportunity now for Legacy to answer back. They'll get a full set here on the 7. Here is Morrow on the ball for Legacy, working that left channel. They go Shorty.
Yeah, just running out of room. There was she crammed herself into a small sort of 32 channel, and it was easy for the Bullets winger there to pick that off as Potts looks to go long over the top. It's a good finish, but I think even better defense. The touch was made by Enosa Taifao. And another penalty is coming for not staying forward as he's holding his 2 fingers in the air, indicating that that is the second penalty. And one more will result in the Bullets player being excluded until the end of the set. So they want to be on their best behaviour here, Bullets.
Here we go, footwork, low dive. Touch called.
Zaid Sarah Baldwin, number 15 for Legacy, playing against some of her former teammates now. Previously playing for the Bullets club, and she's looking to do the damage for Legacy as she goes to the short side. Ball is gone. Great defense though, out wide from Joseph. And 2 more touches up their sleeve, Legacy.
Yeah, a lot of questions being asked here of this Bullets defense, equal to all of it so far. Here's Morrow with the plant. Little stutter there. Excellent slide and cover from Bullets.
Yeah, that's a great show of defense there from Bullets. They were connected, and while they had those 2 penalties hovering over them, they did manage to defend the play. So, yeah, after scoring one, that's the next best thing that you want, isn't it, Brad? Is to defend the following set.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you know, they say defense wins championships, and backing up a good attacking passage with some repeated defense. And now look at this, out of transition. They're on a roll here, Bullets.
Fifth and final coming, looking to slice through. That was Jamie Kolose. One of 2 Koloses in this Bullets outfit.
Yep.
Jamie and Tori, both on the field at the moment. So, yeah, pretty talented duo.
And it was interesting, just off camera, we were able to see it there though, but Shah Davis just having a little bit of conversation with the ref here about their 2 penalties for not rolling off the line. Just trying to get some clear guidance on what they're looking for there. That's a heads up. Sort of player / coach, I guess, as you will.
And handy players to have in the boxes.
Yeah.
Wardby goes through.
Still there.
Oh, she extended the play well.
That's excellent work in the danger zone there for Legacy.
Yeah, Mania Wardby just able to sneak through, and she did superbly well with the dead ball line hovering at her heels. She managed to evade the Bullets defender and extended the play to find the open player. And Legacy have managed to tie this game up at 1 apiece.
Yeah, look at this. Little see you later. And then finds one in the middle. Excellent execution in the end by Wardby.
Arorangi Tauranga was the one that finished that one off, as we see a good hard touch in the middle from Potts. Paul looks to go short. Well defended there, though, by Ariona Yeremia. And 5th and final, they'll come with the static one.
Paul bouncing. That's not what they drew up, I don't think, there.
Yeah, always a bit difficult on those 5th and final plays. You're sort of going one way to try and latch a defender, but nothing forthcoming for the Bullets girls there. And now Legacy will look to ruck off their line.
Yeah, and I think off that static too, once they realised nothing was happening, the idea was just to die in this away corner for Legacy. And now they've got them 5th and final, well up by halfway here. Excellent defence by Bullets. And they number up well.
Yeah, and as we've probably harped on about it all day, that middle third of the field, that's where you make your money. If you can dominate that middle third of the field through the orange zone, as we call it, you're going a long way towards winning the game.
Yeah, that's it. They'll be disappointed, Bullets, in allowing that Legacy try. So just putting a clamp on the defensive middle. Huge, you can see, look at that, shooters right up, forcing Legacy backwards. That's excellent effort plays by Bullets.
Yeah, Lisa Rua there. She's usually accustomed to being out on the flank. Looks like she's in at link for this match, and she's a handy player for the Bullets outfit.
Legacy now on the 4th. Here's the final. There it is. And Bullets now will work their transition towards their sub box.
Yeah, probably just taking a little bit of speed out of their transition here, Bullets. And I think when you sacrifice a little bit of speed to make it a little bit cleaner, that's when you're going to get the results. As we see an awesome drive here. Kolossi will come on the scoop and she'll scoop through.
Yeah, she's through. There's 3 there. Can she find one? There it is. There they go.
And I don't know if you can see it on the One Foundation replay when it comes up, but Jean Marsh, the try scorer, actually physically pushes her teammate out of the way to say, no, get into some space. We need to find some space to get the offload, and she did so. As we see a great drive there.
Yeah, keep an eye on 14 here in the picture seat.
Get out of the way. Play on is the call there. There's complaints of a small bobble at the roll ball for Legacy. 2-1 is the scoreline. 7 minutes, so we're about approaching the halfway mark of this first stanza. The pass just dipping low. Priestley unable to pick that up off her bootlaces.
Yeah, and it looks like the clear direction from the coaching staff in this last 3 or 4 minutes is to lock in their defensive efforts. I said they'd be disappointed in the try they did concede, and it really looks like they've been trying to focus on that these last couple. And that one's going to help them too, piggyback.
Yeah, and I think that'll sting for Legacy because they managed to stifle all of that Bullets momentum. And then just a relatively cheap penalty given away there from Tauranga. And now Bullets will get a full set of 6 inside the Legacy half.
Yeah, unfortunately for Legacy, late in the touch count as well. So full set here. This is the 4th. And in possession there.
They try to work the second phase, but just ran out of range. And when you're trying to run a second phase, sort of half a meter away from the line or less than, you know, it's pretty simple for the defenders to take 1 or 2 steps back and then be there to make the touch as dummy half. So as Morrow cops a shot up high, and just like the men, there's no tiddlywinks here as we see another body-to-body touch. Although that one draws the ire of Tanisha Gill. She thought 1 was all right, 2's probably pushing it. Yeah,
that second one there, just on Kaya Kepa, who went in to play the ball. It's too much, so full set here for Legacy. Can they equal things back up in this first half? Morrow, handoff, dive, touch called.
Yeah, just a little bit too high on the dive there, Jeremiah. I think if she was lower to the ground, she might have been able to sneak that ball past the Bullets defender. But the touch is made.
And here's Legacy just trying to work out their plant, draw a defender in, win that penalty.
And I think I've mentioned it at Fijian Cup as well as the recent Māori Nationals. Morgan Morrow just has this insane ability to hover in and around the 7 metre and just draw different defenders. And she manages to either draw 2 defenders up at the touch or draw a penalty. So when you're on the line, you've got to be strong and confident, and you've got to be right out there as a point defender.
Here she is, Morrow with the plant. They go the opposite, bounce back. Ran out of space a little bit there, had to cut back on the inside. Yeah. It's Alison Priestley out on the wing there. Now they come back the other side. So it's the 2 Priestleys on the wing at the moment for Legacy.
1 on each side, and both of them caught in possession of the ball. So another great show of defense there from Bullets. That was Jordan Rogers with the chase out, former mixed touch black representative. So plenty of stars on show here at Rugby Park in Whakatane, Brad.
Yeah, that's it, and it's been the flavour of the whole day. The number of top-level players we've had out there. There's the extra pass, back in, and overrun. You're right, Whakatane brings the stars out.
As well as back in the day when they would have the Barbars team hovering out in the backfield with the likes of, you know, your Benji Marshalls or your Piri Wipus, your Carlos Spencers, your Christian Cullens. So long-standing tournament, as you mentioned in broadcast earlier, the 36th edition of the Whakatane tournament. And so just a huge mihi to the Whakatane Touch Association as well as the organising committee for being able to sustain a tournament for as long as they have. Yeah, that's and one that teams travel near and far for. We mentioned earlier in the call, teams coming across from Australia back again after the COVID layoff. You know, it's a jewel in the crown, Whakatane Touch tournament, and not
everybody's been able to climb the mountain. It's such a hard one-day tournament to win that everybody wants a piece of it. So fortunately, if you're a Bullets supporter, you've been in those winning changing rooms a few times in this women's grade. They're hoping to do it again here at Bullets. The wraparound.
Yeah, it's just another one of those unfortunate ones there. Tauranga was in to make the shot. She got in the lane, but she wasn't looking at the ball, so it comes down to a bit of a 50-50 call from the referees. And it was judged to have been played at. So Bullets with another repeat set on the line. The scoop goes to the short side, and I think if Paul had her time again, she'd probably want to hold on to that one. It was early in the count.
Yeah, I think second touch there and just forced one. You talk about travelling one way with your body and turning to throw in the other direction. It's not easy to do. And that one there just a little untidy from Metirangi Paul. But they'll get another go at it here.
Yeah, I think Legacy are probably just losing the yardage battle at the moment. Bullets have their yardage patterns pretty much down pat coming off their line, and then when it comes to Legacy getting off their line, Bullets are just really pressing and really suffocating this Legacy outfit.
Yeah, and with 2.5 minutes to go in this first half, be interesting to know the mindset in these teams. Perhaps Legacy would like to just get through to the half without conceding a third. Bullets, they're trying to extend out past the one advantage before that halftime break. So real important part of the game here, this last 2 minutes of the first half. Here go Bullets. Oh, didn't get that one right, but thought Paul was going to skip through herself anyway.
Yeah, it's not the set that they were after. I think Bullets, there was a mix-up in communication pretty much throughout the set, and they came away with a pretty soft turnover in the end, as well as a compounding penalty for not giving the ball back. So Legacy, with there's still 90 seconds left in the half, so they'll be looking to draw up the game. As you can see, the urgency in their yards now. Holly Graham dictating traffic out on the left-hand side.
Yeah, got a little chest-to-chest bump there too in the play the ball. Just trying to call for a penalty. Here we go. This is it. The dive. No try, but they'll get the penalty here for it.
And essentially a 12-touch set there for Legacy. There was a penalty given away on the 5th and final. As you see, trying to get a quickie on the link there.
And they'll bring it back to the 7. Here's Legacy. Back towards the middle of the field.
Yeah, this Bullets outfit, they're looking pretty strong, aren't they? That was Ashford with the touch there.
Yeah, defensively they've been impressive. Other than that one, try to concede in that one. Be very nice. They're clapping in the far box. The arms are out. It's try there right on the sound, or the dying seconds of the first half. Legacy even things up, and no, they weren't trying to get through to the half-time just one behind. They were trying to get through all square.
Yeah, well, I think if you look at their body language as well as their effort and urgency when they were defending, in contrast to when they were trying to attack the line just then, it was like chalk and cheese. And defensively they were looking to just hold on, but then as soon as they got a sniff of the ball and a couple of repeat sets, their tail started to perk up, and then they've managed to find one. As I don't think they're done yet. Looking to get around on the outside, ball goes to ground, but we go into the halftime break all drawn up, Brad.
Yeah, that's it, and what a time to strike for Legacy to go into this game all square. It's huge for them because, to be fair, Bullets probably had the run of most of that half there, and Legacy with a big point to prove in this women's semi-final have been up to it in that first half. They'll take a lot of confidence, certainly out of that last 5 minutes where, you're right, the body language really picked up from Legacy. They'll be pretty happy with where they're at the moment, but it's a long 15 minutes yet in this open women's semi-final, and when you're playing against a team with the championship pedigree of Bullets, it's not going to be an easy 15 minutes either. No,
and especially at the end of a long day as well, Brad. When you take into consideration the tough games that they've had on the road to get to this stage of the tournament, and then not only whoever gets through this game, they'll also have one more to try and crown themselves as Whakatane champions. So a lot of work for these women to do.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And our next game coming up, of course, it's a open men's semi-final between Waitere and Playing Up. Playing Up just scraping through in the end there. They went down to finesse in the end of their round robin game. Perhaps a surprise to those involved, but thanks to points differential, tries scored and all the rest of it, will come through into this open men's semi-final. And though it's not quite Māoris, a few obviously Ngāti boys in the Playing Up team, getting a repeat against Waitere, which we saw late last year at the Māori finals. So huge one coming up on the men's open semi-final. Joining them in the other side of things, of course, will be As One and Pearl Jam in the other men's semi-final on field 3. But out here at the moment, Legacy, Bullets, 2-2, open women's semi-final, 15 in the books and 15 to go here, Tiv. I'm not going to ask you on air, because I heard the last time you made a prediction, you ended up owing a bag of spiky things, but
cost me a bag of kina and a cree, and my mate Hikapene had he upheld his end of the bargain. I think I've still got my kina to give to Takua Ropati for that one.
The joys of trying to make a call out here at the moment. Teams can't be split. Bullets, Legacy, I'm not making a call on it. Both teams with everything to play for here. It's the pointy end of Whakatane touch tournament. And Tiv, despite some of the dominance early of Bullets, I was impressed, like I said, that last 5 minutes from Legacy, the way they answered back.
Yeah, definitely. They had the run-of-the-mill Bullets throughout pretty much the entirety of that first half, and I suppose that's the beauty of a two-half game, you know, as opposed to the single stanza. So you get a chance to regroup, you get a chance to recalibrate and get things back on track, as this is probably better from Bullets, or a bit of a misdirected strike dump. The ball goes out to the link, and while that's not a terrible end to the set, you know, they did manage to get as far up the field as they could, and now Legacy will look to do the same going the other way. Yeah,
back into the arm wrestle early here. We talk in sports a lot about those periods either side of half time, how influential this first 2 or 3 minutes might potentially be in this game. Legacy here with a big opportunity.
Yeah, those tries just before and after half-time, those are huge. And you can see Legacy, because they are now drawn, it just does something a little bit different to the psyche. And it's more of a psychological blow as opposed to anything else. So
well, that's it. So you think of the difference in the mindset coming out of going, well, we just need one to level things up, versus we're right in this. It's anybody's here, and you can see the difference in the way Legacy are playing now. A lot more confidence in these last couple of minutes here.
Yeah, well, I mean, one more try and they take the lead. So you know, it's yeah. The game's hanging in the balance at the moment, and just like the Playing Up Loaded game we saw earlier on, when the scores are tied and the scores are level, it becomes such a pivotal moment in the game in terms of, you know, momentum, and then having to wrestle that momentum back if you happen to be down. So Legacy would be wanting to extend their momentum for just a little bit longer, but I don't think that's the way that they wanted to do it, as well as a compounding penalty as well. A little bit tough though. Ngāwai Hāwera did hand the ball over, just not as quick as the referee has liked. So an easy 10 metres there for Bullets.
Yeah, and you mentioned in the build-up that this game was going to be decided by those big game players, those with the experience, those that have been here before. And I think the way the game's hanging in the balance at the moment, it sets up for exactly that.
Yeah, and you talk about your big game players with Bullets. They do have a couple in the box, not in a playing capacity, but earlier we did see Pango, Renee Woodman-Whitcliffe.
Yep.
In the box offering her support, as well as Laurelie Nathan. So they've got a couple of counties, Manukau and Bullets legends in the box there for them.
Yeah, and how awesome to have that support here. Not strapping boots on, but quote-unquote running the waters for the Bullets girls, and you know, all the experience that they offer to this team, both on and off the pitch, as they get the 5 count here, and they're just into halfway. Great defensive lock there for Bullets. That's the sort of defensive set that wins these semi-finals.
That's it, and it probably starts from the box too. You know, you could hear the call from the ladies in the box, counting the touches all the way, And yeah, when you've got when you know you've got your teammates behind you in that sense, it makes it a lot easier to draw upon that extra strength when it comes to being on the field.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. There's only 6 out there, but when you've got an army in your sub box showing the support, it makes it a lot easier. There's the ball goes to ground.
They're just trying to find that leak channel, and then this is where they're making their money, isn't it, Bullets? It's this this period where off the turnover they're getting set early, and they're really just pushing up in waves, aren't they? And really restricting the legacy yards. That's touch 3, although Morgan Morrow gets them out of trouble. That's a great drive there, touch 4. And now coming into the final, they want a hard drive here.
I was just about to say, really interesting. It was 3 touches before they even got a sub off and ready to roll one on. Makes things pretty tough at the back end of the set, but
oh no,
they get the penalty. That's heartbreaking there for Bullets. They've done all the right things through the transition.
That's
just got caught backpedaling on their line.
And that's always a hard one, isn't it, Brad? When it gets to the 5th and final touch, you know, you think you got that room to be able to retreat a little bit, especially when the attack is coming at you. But Bullets just caught on the wrong side of the whistle there, and then they've got another one as well. So they did it tough, and I think Legacy, they probably have Morgan Morrow to thank for that. She really bailed them out of trouble there.
Yeah, right in front of their sub box in that last transition. And that's unforced error, miscoms there. And they get out of jail, Bullets.
Yeah, voluntary roll ball was the call. So if no touch has been affected and you roll the ball, it is a handover, and Bullets become the beneficiaries of that one as Rua looks to move forward. A little bit of push and shove here. You can sense the feeling starting to be injected into this matchup, and between these two teams, Counties and Waikato, essentially, yeah, you're going to get that feeling. Traditional rivals, and now the noise starts to pick up, and then that starts to play a factor as well.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. Two passionate groups of players here on either side of the pitch. The dive coming from Bullets.
Forward pass is the call.
Yeah, big call there. We're still locked up at 2 apiece. About 8 minutes left to play in the second half. Open Women's semi-final number 1. Of course, on the other field playing up, and Pearl Jam in the Open Women's semi-final number 2.
Yeah, just a few penalties here going both ways. So both teams guilty of perhaps a little bit of ill discipline as we start to feel the crunch of the time pressure as well as the scoreboard pressure break.
Yeah, and we've just had word in from our roaming reporter, Cam, the cameraman, that the scores are levelled up over on that Pearl Jam playing up women's game. So both fields in a lock-up, but the deadlock might be broken here. Bullets put one in. They're up 3-2 in this Open Women's semi-final, and what a time to strike. Yeah,
that's Jamie Colosse's bread and butter, isn't it? She likes the low game. She almost went over before, was found guilty of a forward pass off the ruck, and then the Colosse girls just working in the middle, as we see. She really comes in hard, dominates the ruck, and then Kemara just not stepping off the line, not stepping into her new target as the safe side defender, the number 3 for Legacy. And then Colosse just finding that open space between the two middles. She dives over, gets that all-important try, 3-2 Bullets.
Yeah, huge there as we close into the last 8 or 7.5 minutes of this Open Women's semi-final. I've just had word in, not our next game, but the one after that, the Old Boys 35s final. Talk about some legends. Galaxy against As1. That'll be in a couple of games' time.
Yeah, that's going to be, even though they're in the Masters grade, the competitiveness and the skill level and the quality of their play is still there. So that's going to be an interesting one to tune into later on if you're watching on the live stream.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of live, over in the women's semi-final number 2, playing up, have gone ahead 2 tries over Pearl Jam at the moment with about 7 minutes left to play. So they are currently sitting pretty, playing up in that second women's semi-final. Out here, of course, Bullets up 3-2 over Legacy. And Bullets with the attack here. Strike coming. Shooter for Legacy, had to do it. 32 here.
Yeah, it was building into a crescendo, wasn't it? Brad, they came out to the right-hand side. I think Legacy were a little bit surprised they had one more touch up their sleeve.
Yeah.
And then a little bit of ill-discipline at the end cost them. A forced substitution is the call. But, yeah, it was building for Bullets.
Yeah, it was, and I thought the wing here for Legacy did really good job, A, to make the shooter touch, but then to get back onside and not overcommit on this 32 here down the short side. So, well defended in the end by Legacy. Here they are on the 5th. The option, long.
Brilliant try. It looked like it's a try in my books.
I was going to say it looked good from here.
It's a try in the referees' books as well. Yep. Alicia Priestley, I'll tell you what, in the 2 games that we've seen of Legacy on this live stream field, she's really put in effort after effort, and she's been rewarded. As we see on the One Foundation replay in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, the scoop was there. Kolosi was right there, just waiting for the onside call. And then the ball left the hands from Kaya Kepa, and then a beautiful finish right in the corner from Priestley.
Yeah, and the Bullets wing just got caught well in field there. Had to try and backtrack and cover. Excellent line by Priestley. We just talked about her defense turns it into offense there, and 3-all locked up again here. But not for long. Bullets just like that. They can sniff a final from a mile away, and it's a nice try there to restore their advantage 4-3.
Yeah, we talked earlier about the stopper, didn't we, Brad? You know, when you score one, it's just as important to defend the next set. Yep. Otherwise, it basically nullifies the try that you've just scored. And it was a second phase play. Merirangi Paul got the second phase, checked back on the inside, and Kairirangi Edmonds Langaheto should be happy with that one.
Yeah, he saw the middle, had to recommit, and the link didn't come with her, so open gate there. In the end, excellent execution, the short pass from Merirangi Paul.
Now with just under 4 minutes left, the game once again hanging in the balance, and every possession for Legacy becomes all the more important as you hear the groan around the ground. They know how close that one was. Morgan Morrow looking threatening.
Yeah, big one coming here, full set now for Legacy. The recount, here's Morrow trying to earn a penalty. There it is.
Yeah, a couple more. As we see the nerves starting to show, I think, in the Bullets sub-box. Morrow goes short to the link, 1-1.
There she is, Priestley. Dots down again.
He pegged it back.
And just like that, a one play off the back of the penalty levels things back up. I don't know about you, Tiv, but this has got drop-off written all over it.
Well, yeah, well, could we see our first one on the live stream field for the day? It's certainly heading that way. There's 3 minutes left. Everyone's going to have one eye on the scoreboard, one eye on the action on the field. So we'll see what Bullets can come up with to try and restore their one-try advantage as they run a rooster play again. The bat on, goes out wide. And Inosa Taifao dives over, but I think the pass has drifted forward from that bat on.
Yeah, it looked like it from our angle. We're not on the greatest angle to judge it, but it did look the overhead bat on just to drift forward. But like Bullets have done 2 times in a row, answering back to tries, just couldn't get that one over the line.
Yeah, and when you get to this tournament, because it's a one day where everything has to go your way, you talk a lot about luck and making your own luck, and Legacy have survived one there as Jean Marsh gets a bit of a telling off there from the referee, forced substitution. And they'll want to keep their heads here, Bullets, because in a drawn game, they don't want to go down to 5.
Yeah, that's and there's still plenty of time here and plenty of space for Legacy to have a good crack at them. Things all locked up. They're on halfway on the 2 count. And good drive coming here as well.
Yeah, 6th touch. It was caught in dummy half, or it was Kipper. And it was a great corner line there from Paul. She stayed true to her corner. And then as soon as she heard the onside call from the referee, she made the touch. So
yeah, and great ID from the sub box too to identify, hey, she's the dummy. We get her, we're good.
And now as a result,
Kolosi, she's on the outside. She's got the extra. Is this it? With under 2 minutes, there's not a lot left in this one.
It could very well be. Bullets on the verge. They've got 1 foot inside the final. And with just over a minute, or just ticking past 1 more minute, Legacy, they're going to have to strike on this set, Brad.
Yeah, that's it. They're going to have one crack at it if they can't get a repeat set. This is probably going to be it here for Legacy. Can they level things back up and force extra time? Here's Mara. If she's got anything to say about it, they will. Here we go. Footwork. She's
Sarah
in.
Baldwin.
Sarah Baldwin against her old teammates. Oh, levels things up at 5 each. 30 seconds to go. The only downfall in that one for Legacy is they're going to have to play some extras here. Just in the nick of time. We probably thought there might have been 2 play the balls left, but that hooter says otherwise. And as we look at that, we look at that replay. That's some fancy finishing there by Zaid Sarah Baldwin.
Great identification as well from Highland Potts. She probably knew how much time was left on the clock, and she knew she had to strike. And she scooped out a dummy half, darted to the right-hand side, threw the link ball. She was about a millimetre with being caught in position. As we have a look at our drop-off rules. So the rules have changed within the last couple of years. So the game starts with 4-on-4. The drop-off starts with 4-on-4 as opposed to 5-on-5. So 4 players on each side. After 2 minutes of extra time, if the scores are still level, they will drop a player to 3-on-3. It is no longer first to score, but once it gets to 3-on-3, it will be.
Yep, that's it. So this first 2 minutes, they play the full 2 minutes. Regardless of a team scores first or what happens, they play those 2 minutes to see if we can find a winner. And if there's not, that's when we go to that 3-on-3 golden point.
And this is another point where the coin toss becomes so crucial, Brad, because if you do win the toss, not only do you get to choose when to start with the ball, but you also forfeit your right to choose whether to start with the ball in the extra time period. Right. So, that coin toss obviously went the way of Bullets to start the game. And Legacy with one touch up their sleeve.
Yep, this is their strike option here. Legacy, what do they got?
Yeah, not quite the one there for Legacy. That long looping ball just gave Jamie Colosi enough time to chase out.
Yeah, and they actually ended up being on the favourable side too for Bullets, where they left it, Legacy. So not the ideal finish to that one. Bullets now with an opportunity. I think they've got 2 up their sleeve.
And I think when you look at coming down to 4-on-4, you want to be looking at live plays. It's a great shot there from Kipper.
Excellent work from the wing there.
So you want to be looking at your live plays, your quickies, the show on the outside. Touch has been missed by Potts. Wardby working overtime in defence. The ball goes out to the left-hand side. Kipper makes a brilliant try-saving touch.
What a touch, Kipper.
And it had to be made, didn't it, Brad? It is high drama, high intensity here.
That is special. They're going to come right back across this side of the field for perhaps something in the play to ball. And with only about 20 seconds left in this 2-minute period, no change to the 5-all score. Legacy won't have another play here, so we're going to drop now to 3-on-3. And Tip, this just becomes first to score one.
Becomes a straight shootout, Brad. So golden try, essentially, if you're familiar with the drop-off procedure. So Legacy, they'll continue their count from where they were. It doesn't restart from touch 1. So they've only got a couple more up their sleeve. Forward pass called off the ruck. Just a lazy one, I think. And Jeremiah, she'll want that one back. She just tried to loop her hand forward and pass the ball in a backward motion, but the refs, especially on the sideline, have adjudicated the pass did drift forward. And now Bullets in some prime real estate on touch 2. They cross over halfway, and they've got the overlap too.
Oh, Colossi's through. She's not going to be caught. Oh, she stood up when they've needed her the most. Bullets. Colossi shoots the gap. 3-on-3. There's not a lot of help there in defence. But Jamie Colossi will book Bullets into the Open Women's Final. 6-5 in the end. It took 4-on-4. It took about a minute and a half of 3-on-3. And Tiv, I don't know how much more these ladies have left to give, but that's an excellent open women's semi-final.
I'll tell you what, if they don't have much more to give, they've got to find something, because there's one more game after this. They've booked themselves into the final bullets and a chance to just add another Whakatane title to their trophy cabinet. They've got enough of them. And Legacy, unlucky, although they gave it everything. I don't think you could be disappointed with the effort. But in the end, Bullets just had a little bit more in the gas tank.
Yeah, that's it. That's the championship pedigree of some of those players that have been here, done it before at Whakatane. Excellent open women's semi-final. Of course, coming up next is our open men's semi-final number 1 between Wairere and Playing Up. That's going to be a massive one. We can already see both teams getting ready for that one. We'll be bringing you that one up next. Thank you for joining us on this live stream. We couldn't do this tournament without the exceptional sponsorship of One Foundation, Whakatane District Council and Whakatane Ohope Community Board. Thank you so much to our major sponsors. They're joined of course by Ake, Chartered Accountants and Business Advisors, BTS, Better Together Sportswear, as well as the Iceman, Whakatane, Underwood and Wilkins and Whakatane High School. For all of you joining us on the live stream, we hope you enjoyed the first women's semi-final. We'll be back shortly. I've been Brad Pittman, joined by Tiv Guthrie. We'll see you then.
Partners that are here with us all weekend. Shout out to our local vendors. Whether you're selling ice cream or not, we love you.
Been too long, leaves are gone, heading for the coastline. Light is it when I'm there, soaking in the sunshine. We walk for miles covered in smiles just for a while, taking the time we press rewind out on the aisles. Eyes wide as the sea, feels like our city. We walk for miles, counting the smiles just for a while, right out on the coastline.
Can you please introduce yourself and your role at the tournament?
Kia ora whānau, my name is George Kururangi. I'm the chairman of the Whakatane Touch Charitable Trust, and we run the tournament. And have been doing so for the last 38 years.
Awesome. And how many of those years have you been coming to the tournament and involved?
Gee, I'm a skin when you talk about that. Only 4 years. The last 2 years, of course, have been hampered by COVID. So, 4 years.
Yeah, awesome. And why is Whakatane Touch Tournament one of the best tournaments in New Zealand?
All you have to do is look around. Weather. I'm sure it's not raining, but it'll be the only place in New Zealand at the moment that's not raining. And it just brings a vibe this time of year. Beach surroundings, people coming from all over the Motu. Good to have them here.
Yeah, I mean, and what are you most looking forward to this weekend? Obviously, we've got the drop-offs tonight, and then tournament kicks off tomorrow. What's the highlight of it for you?
The highlight, I suppose, is seeing people engage back in the sport after that 2-year downtime, shall we say. So good to have everyone back on board. Enjoy the kaupapa in behind it. Met teams from all over just prior to doing this interview. So yeah, good to see familiar faces back on board.
Yeah, absolutely. And last one for us, George. What is it about touch and the touch community in New Zealand that keeps you coming back and volunteering and giving your time?
Just this, like families, involvement, friends. You see kids running around, and it doesn't take much, like all they've got is a ball, and it's just that whanaungatanga and around the whole thing. So that's what excites me.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you so much for the interview, but also everything you do for Whakatane Touch Tournament, for Touch in New Zealand. We're looking forward to an absolutely awesome weekend, and we're happy to be here. Thank you again.
Cheers, Brett. Thank you.
Been too long, leaves are gone, heading for the coastline. Light is it soaking in the sunshine. We walk for miles, counting the smiles just for a while, right out on the coastline.